I'm A.
And today we have a tamale feast.
Yes, we do. How you guys doing today?
We have some regular, just steamed tamales, and then I also fried some over here because I like mine fried. We have some beans, some green salsa, and some fresca. I got my Mexico jersey on.
Yeah, so you guys know. We're gonna be talking about Mexico today and stuff.
And the tamales were from his grandma. We're eating leftover tamales from Christmas still. They were frozen and I steamed them last night, so.
They're very good, by the way.
Let's see.
So a lot of people actually they don't use a plate. They use the little
Leaf.
the leaf, yeah, as a plate. Or if you can't afford plates or something.
You can't afford plates.
You can just eat it right off the meat. I like to eat it with my hands, but I want to try to be a little decent.
And to go with our Mexico theme today, we're going to be talking about something that happened in Mexico about 4 years ago. And I think it just shows how corrupt the government is.
Yeah, we all know that, right?
Which is like, goes to show. And so, our story is about the missing 43. The missing 43 were 43 college students that were taken by police, or were last seen taken by police, and their bodies have yet to be discovered.
Yeah. So like she said, 43 people went missing in Mexico. No one has found them. It looks as if the Mexican government isn't like really even looking for them, you know?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start on the story. So on September 26th of 2014, 100 students from the Escuela Normal in
Ayotzinapa,
Guerrero, Mexico, took some buses and they were on their way to Mexico City to protest. They like take the buses without permission, but it's like a tradition that those students do, and it's
they raid them.
They raid them?
Yeah, they raid the buses, kind of like with the caravan that the immigrants did, that they were coming on buses. It wasn't like Mexico was helping them and bringing them on buses. They would raid buses, force them to bring them over. So that's what they would do. They would raid the buses and then go protest, you know? So yeah, what were you saying, love?
Yeah, so it's a tradition, or it's done often, and the bus company owners and the police usually let it happen. Like, they don't try to stop them or anything. They're just students trying to go protest. But this time it was different. So the buses got intercepted in Iguala Guerrero, and they were stopped, and the buses were attacked. They had a coordinated attack.
Can I have one of your fried ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, they surrounded the buses and started aiming guns at them.
Shots were fired.
Yeah, you know, and this is knowing that the students didn't have any guns or anything like that.
Yeah,
it was just like, I don't know, like it was planned, right? Like they sent them to surround those buses and not let them through. That same day, I think it's actually to where they were heading to, right? They were heading to the mayor of Guerrero, I believe. His wife was having like
the mayor of Ayotzinapa.
No, that's a school.
No, that's a city.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, they were like gonna go protest at the little meeting they were gonna have. So the mayor ordered the police to not let them buy by any means, which I guess to them meant, you know.
Allegedly, the mayor ordered because his wife was going to be having a speech and she was gonna have like a presentation where these students were headed to protest, and it was gonna actually her presentation was, she was there to help further his political career. So obviously he didn't want it to be ruined, so they say that he was the one who ordered for these protesters to be stopped.
Which I believe is very probable.
I believe it too.
Like the way they work in Mexican government is more like by force. It's tyrannical.
And then supposedly the wife had ties with, or family members that were involved in the local drug gang,
The Guerreros
Unidos, and supposedly, allegedly, she would fund the drug gang money into the government. So she would use drug money to fund the government.
Or like through her is how they paid off the police, you know? Because obviously they provided the salaries. So yeah.
So anyways, back to the attack. Back to the attack. So the first bus was attacked and the police opened fire and shot one guy in the head, which he died, and then several other students were wounded. And
Did he die?
Yeah, he died.
I thought he had I thought he was just like ended up like a vegetable.
No, he eventually died.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and then others were wounded, and then they had there was a second attack on another bus, but that attack was witnesses say it was by 3 unidentified trucks, and some bystanders were also killed, and other students were injured as well in that attack.
So it was like first it was the police, right? The police attacked them. A lot of people managed to get away and some didn't. They started taking students, which we then found out was like 43, right? The media started saying it was actually 43 people that went missing. They just started handpicking, like, you come with us, you come with us, you come with us, and it was 43 at the end of the day. Anyway, so that was how the first attack happened. The second one happened because the media and like people that were I think they're called liberalists, or what is it called? Like people that are trying to help out those.
I don't know.
So there was just like people trying to help, right? I guess you could say they went and they started butting in or whatever. So then like the unidentified trucks and vehicles, I would think was a little the gang in that area that came.
You think that that's who they are?
Huh?
You think that that's who they are? Who they were?
Yeah, I mean like first it's the cops, then unidentified, and if allegedly it was the mayor's wife that, or the mayor that sent out the hit, you know, I would think it was the Guerreros Unidos that came the second time around, you know, just warning everyone that they better leave and mind their own business or whatever. Like, who's gonna want to go and be like, oh, this is happening, and trying to help out when they know their life is in danger? And yeah, so anyways, it ended up being 43 people, right? That's 43 families that got torn apart by this situation that never really got handled like good. You know, as a matter of fact,
another thing that happened was after the attacks that they called like 911 to get assistance, it took 4 hours for any like ambulance or police or anything to show up to the first attack. So that's like 4 hours of people bleeding to death and like not getting any
literally people on the ground,
not getting any medical attention. And then for the second attack, another 4 hours happened before anybody came to try to help these students.
Which is messed up.
Which is like, that's shady. Like, why did it take so long for somebody to go help.
For help to arrive, you know, like who were they gonna call? First of all, like, are you gonna call the cops when it was the cops that actually carried out the attack? Like, who are you gonna call at that time?
Well, at that moment, I think they just wanted ambulances. Like, everybody's shot, wounded, bleeding. Like, I just think they wanted that kind of help.
Yeah, but like, they were literally on the ground bleeding out for like 5 hours with no help. That's crazy. I think till this day, I don't believe that they found those bodies. They don't even want to talk about it anymore.
No, so yeah, so then let me get into the government and how they went about the case. So the attacks happened September 23rd. On September 28th, 22 police officers were arrested in connection with the shootings. This was from the witnesses saying who they saw and stuff like that. On September 30th, the mayor requested a leave of absence, and him and his wife disappeared. They vanished. So nobody knew where they went. Nobody knew where they were. So they just...
Or why they left.
But, I mean, that's shady. Like, you have...
I mean, first of all, you're like... They're saying that you guys set out the attack, and then you just go and vanish. Like, it's kind of like telling them it was me, you know?
Yeah, and then if you had anything to prove, like it wasn't you, you would stay there for your people. Because this is the mayor of the city, and you just leave. Well, all these people from your community are missing, and people want answers, and you just decide to leave. Like that's shady. It just proves that either you were involved. Like, I think that just proved that he was involved. Because why wouldn't you care?
And I think this is just like a huge message for Mexico. Like, they have freedom of speech, supposedly, you know? But this is a message like they really don't have a voice, because like these people that were protesting, they're peaceful people, you know? Like, of course, maybe if you make them mad or like they've been treated so bad, like it's not the first time that their people have been like shot at, and they're unarmed people. Like, why are you gonna shoot at unarmed people? They're just protesting the way the government works, and I think they don't like that, you know? They don't like that. There's a lot of bias, I guess, against them, or what is it? It's just like the government doesn't like those people, you know? Like, they get educated in their own school, and the way they're educated, their beliefs and their morals are a lot different from what the government has laid out, you know, what they want you to be, or how they want you to be and think. So they don't like that.
Yeah, so it's common for students from the school to protest and stuff, because they're just like their school believes, and what they teach at school doesn't go with what the government is.
And to be completely honest with you, I think they're right for doing what they do. They're in poverty, you know, they're not carrying out illegal activities, and yet they get treated like worse than criminals, you know? How are you gonna shoot at students, but when the real criminals come around, you close your eyes and just leave.
But anyways, so a search party started, a volunteer search party, to try and to find the students, like to either find them dead or alive, I guess. And
the people still believe they're alive. They said they want them how they took them, right, alive.
Just be realistic. There you go.
But I mean, they haven't found the bodies, so that's what drives them. They're still alive because we haven't found them.
Wait, if what they claim to have happened, then they can't find the bodies. And we'll get into it. So, the search party started to look for the bodies or the people in mass graves that were in the territory of the drug gang Guerreros Unidos. The search party actually found some remains, but the state governor said that it wasn't body.
Like it wasn't none of the students.
Yeah, so
that body was not one of the students.
The body parts that they found, none of them belonged to any of the students.
Yes.
So the DNA did not match any of the students.
Which again, like, if it's the government, like, it could all just be a cover-up, you know? Mm-hmm. That's why they want outside sources to confirm that it's not one of the 43 students. Because, like, in Guerrero, there's been, like, a lot of massive graves that have been found, and, like, what was the number of missing people in Mexico? Like 260,000. Yeah. Like it's crazy how many people are going missing, and it's not all just like criminals. Like it's innocent people as well. You know that are being swallowed up by all this violence.
Yeah.
So what were you saying about the mass grave?
So they were looking and they found, and so allegedly the government said that it wasn't, the state governor said that it wasn't any from the missing students.
Which could be a lie.
Which could be a lie. Who knows?
That's why they want the Argentine specialists or whatever. You know, some guys from Argentina that go around helping other countries.
So then, they find the mayor and his wife. So on November 4th, they find the mayor and his wife, which they are arrested and taken into custody.
Where were they?
They were in Mexico City, so they were found in Mexico City. So, while this is happening, it just so happened that some members of the Guerreros Unidos were arrested as well for, I think, some other reason, not having had anything to do with the shootings or the missing students. But the state governor had a press conference where he stated that these 3 men from the gang that were arrested confessed to the crime and said that basically what happened was that the police took these 43 male students to them and just told them to get rid of them. So the drug gang took them, and what they did supposedly was dump their bodies into
acid? I'm assuming because that's what they do out there.
No, they dumped their bodies in like a ravine, just like a hole, and they started a fire. Supposedly, according to these people, the fire lasted 15 hours, and then...
Oh my god, the smell.
So it lasted for 15 hours, and then after the 15 hours, the members went back down into the ravine, took the leftover body parts, and put them in bags and dumped them in the river. So that's what these gang members said, that they confessed. So, I mean, the parents and family members of the students didn't believe it. I mean, why would you believe the official story of the government?
I think they live for that now. Like, they wake up every day and that's what they live for, to keep on searching, you know?
Yeah.
Until they find something.
So then so they didn't want to believe the government, and then that's when they called in the Argentine forensic experts or whatever. Yeah, and they did confirm that the ashes and bone fragments that they found in that ravine were of humans, but that they were so damaged that they couldn't get any DNA to match, or to find any DNA to match any of the students. So they did find human bone fragments and human ashes in that ravine where the gang members said that they lit them on fire, but they couldn't confirm confirm or deny that they were the students.
I wonder if they killed them first and then burned them, or
Who knows?
yeah. But yeah, you know, like, we're not trying to be depressing or anything like that. It was just something that we found was crazy. Like, 43 people. Like, if that happens here, I don't think, like, we're gonna be quiet about it, you know? And I don't think they should be anywhere.
I think the government just, you know,
like, they want to kind of, like, just cover it up and keep pushing, you know? Like, which is not right. Like, no, you didn't do anything. You didn't resolve anything. You didn't help, like, the people that live in your country. Like, you don't care. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they feel. Like, that's why there's so much animosity towards Mexico's government. They don't do anything for them. Like, like, literally, man, all you see nowadays is narco series and everything. And everybody likes to watch them. I like to watch them, but... like, when you think about the other side, or like when you're there and it's real, like when it's actually affecting you in person, I think that's when it really matters, you know? Like, the government is corrupt, and it opens up my eyes. It's factual. Like, the government is what fuels these cartels, you know what I mean? Because without them, the cartels will not advance. But since they're starving and they're just, you know, greedy bastards, they want to eat, they're gonna do it by any means. They don't care. You know, the wolves are always gonna eat the sheep. And there's a lot of wolves in Mexico's government. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so there's a new president in Mexico. So
Yeah.
December 1st, there's a new president. And he has a lot of pressure from the people to actually, like, find what happened. Like, the family members and friends don't believe that this is what happened. They feel like the men from the drug gang that were arrested, that they were tortured and into confessing to this crime, and so they don't believe that this is what actually happened, and they want to find them alive or dead. I mean, they just want closure. I don't think these people have closure. So the new president has a lot of pressure to find what actually happened and to bring justice to these families. And
I mean, that pressure comes from, like, him actually throwing himself out there as, like, a person for the people. He's like a Bernie Sanders in Spanish.
In Mexico.
In Spanish. Nah, he's a Bernie Sanders, like a Mexican Bernie Sanders, you know?
Like, for the people, he said that he's not gonna live in the Mexico White House. He's not gonna live there. He's like making, like, a lot of laws or changing a lot of things.
He's trying to take away the retirement.
Oh yeah, from the president.
What is it called? The pension that the Mexican presidents receive, because it's a ridiculous, like, amount. Like, they become millionaires after
presidency.
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things. So hopefully he can find closure for.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he's a good president, because a lot of presidents, I mean, every president that has come in has said they're gonna change, and I mean, it's been the same. Like, I don't know if they get swallowed up by the game or if it's just a lie, you know? Yeah. But yeah, like, hopefully he does do something to find them. But I don't know. It's been so long. And like it's crazy, because I know, you know that artist from Calle 13? Mm-hmm. That guy, like, he's real with his stuff. And he went to some premios. I'm not too sure. I just know me and my friend were talking about it. And he was telling me that they told him, don't say nothing about this situation. Don't say nothing about this situation. Don't say nothing. He's like, okay, whatever. He sang his brand new song that's about, like, corruption in governments all around the world, right? He's a Latino. He's not even from Mexico. He's from Colombia. I don't know. I may be wrong. You guys can tell me. But anyways, he, you know, after the show, he takes off his show, and he's like, I think it said, like, where's the 43 students or whatever, which is like,
yeah, just bringing attention to it.
He's just trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're trying to do. Don't forget. Never forgotten.
You never forgotten. So if you guys know anything else that we missed, let us know.
If it's inaccurate, you guys can let us know too.
As well.
We want to be knowledgeable.
So thank you guys so much for watching. This is it. I'm full.
Yeah, me too. I ate 3.
I ate two, but they're big. They're big old tamales.
My grandma don't skip us out. Hooked up.
Hooked up.
Damn.
So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment below.
Yeah,
Bye.
please. Bye, guys.